Creation's Journey to Life, Day 28. I forgive me. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that what I forgive me, I receive. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that what I forgive me to receive must be equally given to all beings, or it will not be in balance, and some or many will not receive. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that when I forgive me love, love is not a feeling, but an action that must be equally given practically for me to be able to be sure that love is all around me so that I can receive love as I have given love to all equally as the practical living reality. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize to forgive me compassion, that I may receive compassion, as compassion must be living reality as my environment as earth, where compassion is measurable in all lives, to ensure that compassion is always everywhere given, and thus that compassion is not a feeling, but a way of living, that through the way of living, all always receive. And this result is a world where giving is equal to all, resulting in compassion confirmed real. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize to forgive me freedom would mean that all must be living freedom, to end the competition that implies that freedom is not universal, so that I will be sure I will receive freedom practically, as I have given freedom as the measurable result, that all will be always first in receiving freedom, and thus freedom will be everywhere always, and the fear that caused a lack of freedom, as for instance competing for resources in spite of having enough resources, will be no more. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize to forgive me kindness must be reflected in the breath by breath reality where all will receive kindness, as I will then be sure I will receive kindness, and the world will be a place that is a kind to life always, and that I, as life, giving kindness, will receive kindness. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize to forgive me abundance through understanding that if I allow and give abundance to all from the confirmed abundance available to insufficient measure on earth, I will also receive abundance as I have given, and life would prosper in abundance as abundance is given and received. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize to forgive me the right to life equally means to ensure life is given to all equally, as that would ensure that my right to life is always ensured, and as I have given life, I would receive life, and thus only life in all its measure will be on earth. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize to forgive myself will only be complete when I forgive everyone else, that we may end the old world of competition and blame, and thus forgive ourselves a new world where life as a foundation will grow into the tree of life, bearing fruit of love, kindness, abundance, joy, happiness, respect, equality, consideration, mutual understanding, and gratefulness, and that this fruit will be the fruit of life I have given myself through sharing and giving it to everyone else equally. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that as creator of the experience of myself on earth, I cannot receive what I am not willing to give to all equally, and that if I receive without giving equally, I will have to take through self-interested fear and abuse from others, and such taking will result in a world of inequality, war, poverty, lack, fear, hate, and all forms of abuse. I can stop this forevermore in giving to all equally what I would like to receive, and I am thus the key to peace and love and abundance and freedom when I understand how to forgive to me through what I forgive to all equally. I commit myself to practice forgiving till I am able to truly forgive myself, that I may find it in my being as the will of good for all life equally. I commit myself to study forgiving based on measurable results that will result in the giving equally to all, to ensure that all will receive equally, and that will be the evidence that I walk in the shoes of Jesus and do what Jesus would have done. I commit myself to not allow feelings of love to fill me up unless it is a result of love made visible as the giving of all measures to all life, that all may receive sufficiently, that all may love their lives, as that would be the confirmation that my love is real and not just wishful thinking and justified self-interest based on the belief that all is not equal. I commit myself to make sure that only real compassion is acceptable on earth as the equal giving and receiving of life for all, as that would result in me receiving compassion equally, confirming that earth is a planet of living compassion. I commit myself to ensure that freedom on earth is defined only as the giving and receiving of the right to life equally, as that will end all distrust and fear, and will ensure that I will be free in every way possible and will live in ways that respect the foundation of life given and thus received equally everywhere always. I commit myself to ensure that kindness of earth is accepted and defined as the realization that when we do not give to each other equally, we cannot receive equally, and such inequality will cause kindness to be lost and earth to be a cruel place where life is fear, and certainly not an experience one would wish upon yourself or your children. I commit myself to share the understanding of the simplicity of a life without fear, based on the measurable principles that giving to all equally will result in all receiving equally, and that it is just the individual in fear that stands in the way of such magnificence as life that is preventing this from becoming reality on earth as life abundant. I commit myself to ensure that the right to life is recognized as the only right worthy of living, as confirmed from giving as each would like to receive. Such action of giving will result in a world where life is respected and honored. I commit myself to daily call on all that may read or hear my words as living words to stop and forgive themselves and to join the journey to life as we write and write life for all through giving to ourselves the right to life for all through self-forgiveness, till we as one group of life change the laws and rules on earth to support life equally for all. In this, I call on all to follow the writings of those that are already representing the process to life. One may face the fears that prevented life from being respected on earth. Stand up and be counted. I commit myself to restore to myself and everyone else the right to create the experience of life on earth, to be worthy of life, as we all actually know what we would like to grant ourselves and our children. In this way, we each, through writing a daily blog, confirm to ourselves and the readers of the blogs our decision that we will create a world that is best for all life, and invite all that may open their heart to life to stand and write with us till the right to life is restored to each one equally and peace on earth is restored forevermore.